Respect is earned, not demanded. And the foundation of respect often lies in the boundaries we set for ourselves and others. When you establish clear boundaries, you send a powerful message to the world. You value yourself. These boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are guidelines to ensure that the people who enter your life understand your worth. Men in particular tend to respect individuals who hold themselves to high standards because it reflects confidence and self-awareness. Without boundaries, you leave yourself vulnerable to being taken for granted. The first step to earning respect is recognizing that you deserve it, and the second is enforcing boundaries that reflect that belief. One of the most important boundaries you can set is how you allow others to speak to you. Words are powerful, and the way someone communicates with you often reveals how much they respect you. If you tolerate disrespectful language or degrading comments, it sends the message that such behavior is acceptable. On the other hand, standing firm and addressing inappropriate remarks demonstrates strength. You don't have to be confrontational, but you must be assertive. A simple yet firm response like, "I don't appreciate being spoken to that way," can shift the dynamic immediately. Respect starts when you teach others how you expect to be treated. Time is your most valuable asset, and the way you protect it speaks volumes about your self-respect. When you allow others to waste your time, you indirectly tell them that your time is not valuable. Setting boundaries around your availability is crucial. For example, if someone expects you to drop everything for their needs repeatedly, it's time to step back. Politely but firmly communicate that your time is precious and you must prioritize your responsibilities. Men respect those who are purposeful with their time because it signals discipline and self-worth. Value your time, and others will too. Another critical boundary is emotional availability. It's natural to want to help or support others, but constantly giving your emotional energy without receiving anything in return can lead to exhaustion. People often confuse kindness with weakness, assuming you'll always be there regardless of how they treat you. To gain respect, it's essential to make it clear that while you care for others, your emotional well-being comes first. This doesn't mean being cold or distant. It means knowing when to step back and protect your energy. Respect yourself enough to prioritize your emotional health. Physical boundaries are just as important as emotional ones. This includes how you allow others to treat your personal space, body, or possessions. If someone crosses a line, you must address it immediately. Ignoring such behavior only emboldens them to continue. For instance, if someone makes unwanted physical contact or invades your space, a firm but polite response can reinforce your boundary. Men respect individuals who don't compromise on their personal comfort and safety. Setting these limits doesn't make you difficult, it makes you self-assured. Confidence in your boundaries commands respect. Financial boundaries are often overlooked, but are vital in any relationship. If you constantly find yourself paying for others or lending money without accountability, it can lead to resentment and a lack of respect. Establishing financial boundaries means being clear about your limits and expectations. For example, if someone repeatedly asks for financial help without attempting to improve their situation, it's okay to say no. Men respect those who manage their finances responsibly and don't allow themselves to be exploited. Protecting your financial boundaries ensures mutual respect and balance in your relationships. Saying no is one of the hardest yet most empowering boundaries to set. Society often pressures individuals, especially women, to be agreeable and accommodating. However, constantly saying yes, even when you don't want to, can erode your self-respect and how others perceive you. Learning to say no when necessary is a sign of strength. It shows that you value your priorities and won't compromise them for the sake of pleasing others. Men respect individuals who can confidently decline because it demonstrates authenticity and a sense of purpose. Accountability is another boundary that fosters respect. When someone makes a mistake or disrespects you, It's essential to address it rather than sweeping it under the rug. Avoiding confrontation might feel easier, but it often leads to a loss of respect. By holding others accountable, you set a standard for how you expect to be treated. This doesn't mean being harsh or unforgiving. It means being firm and fair. Respect grows when people know you won't tolerate mistreatment or disregard for your boundaries. Maintaining a boundary of honesty in your relationships is non-negotiable. Lies and half-truths create an environment of mistrust and manipulation. By being honest and expecting honesty in return, you establish a foundation of respect. If someone deceives you, addressing it immediately sets the tone for the future. It's not about being confrontational, but about ensuring mutual respect. Men respect individuals who value integrity and refuse to compromise on the truth. Men respect individuals who value integrity and refuse to compromise on the truth. Men respect individuals who value integrity and refuse to compromise on the truth. Honesty is a cornerstone of respect, and it begins with you. Your digital boundaries also play a significant role in earning respect. In today's world, social media and digital communication often blur the lines between personal and public life. Setting clear rules about how you engage online is crucial. For instance, if someone consistently sends inappropriate messages or tags you in posts you're uncomfortable with, address it. Respecting yourself online is as important as doing so in person. Men respect those who control their digital presence and don't allow others to cross inappropriate boundaries in virtual spaces. Boundaries around commitment and effort in relationships are equally critical. If you find yourself always giving more than you're receiving, it's time to reassess. Relationships should be a two-way street where effort is mutual. If someone is unwilling to meet you halfway, it's okay to step back. Men respect those who recognize their value and refuse to settle for one-sided dynamics. This boundary ensures that your energy is reserved for those who truly appreciate and reciprocate it. So respecting your individuality is perhaps the most significant boundary of all. You should never compromise your identity to fit someone else's expectations. If someone pressures you to change who you are or abandon your passions, it's a clear sign they don't respect you. Embrace your uniqueness and stand firm in your beliefs and values. Men respect individuals who are unapologetically themselves because it shows confidence and self-awareness. Your best education and intellectualism and the most successful professional life comes from integrating all realities. Your individuality is your strength, and never let anyone diminish it. Boundaries are not about pushing people away, but about creating a space where respect can flourish. They allow you to build relationships based on mutual understanding and appreciation. When you set clear boundaries, you attract individuals who value and respect you for who you are. Men in particular respect those who are clear about what they stand for and what they won't tolerate. Boundaries are a reflection of your self-worth, and enforcing them is an act of self-respect. Earning respect requires consistency in enforcing your boundaries. If you allow people to cross them occasionally, it sends a mixed message. Stand firm in your convictions and remember that your boundaries are not negotiable. Over time, those around you will understand and appreciate your standards, leading to deeper respect and stronger relationships. It's not about being rigid, it's about being consistent and intentional in how you allow others to treat you. Lastly, boundaries are a sign of self-love. When you set and enforce them, you're not just teaching others how to respect you, you're showing yourself that you deserve respect. Men are drawn to individuals who exhibit self-respect because it signals confidence, strength, and independence. Boundaries are not limitations, they are liberations. They free you from the burden of trying to please everyone and allow you to focus on what truly matters, your happiness and self-worth. Respect is built when you communicate your boundaries with clarity and confidence. Often, people fear setting boundaries because they worry about offending others or being perceived as difficult. However, when you articulate your limits with respect and assertiveness, it reflects emotional intelligence. For example, saying, "I value our time together, but I need some personal space to recharge," conveys your needs without being confrontational. Men respect those who can express their boundaries clearly because it shows maturity and self-assuredness. Communication is the bridge that turns boundaries into mutual understanding. Boundaries in your social circle are just as critical as those in personal relationships. If you surround yourself with people who drain your energy or disrespect your values, it's time to reassess those connections. Not everyone deserves access to your life. By choosing to spend time with people who uplift and inspire you, you create an environment of mutual respect. Men observe the company you keep and often gauge your self-worth based on the standards you set for your friendships. Protecting your social circle is an essential boundary that commands respect. Another significant boundary is setting limits on criticism. Constructive feedback is valuable, but unwarranted criticism or negativity can be damaging. If someone frequently undermines your confidence or dismisses your achievements, it's essential to address it. You can calmly explain that while you're open to feedback, you won't tolerate being belittled. Men respect those who can differentiate between helpful advice and unwarranted negativity. Standing up for yourself in the face of criticism shows courage and reinforces your self-worth. Respect also stems from the way you enforce your boundaries in moments of conflict. It's easy to lose composure when emotions run high, but staying calm and resolute in your stance speaks volumes about your character. For instance, if someone repeatedly tests your boundaries, calmly reminding them of your limits without escalating the situation shows strength. Men respect individuals who can handle conflicts with grace and firmness. Resolving disagreements while maintaining your boundaries is a skill that earns admiration. The way you prioritize your health and well-being is another boundary that commands respect. If you allow others to push you into neglecting your physical or mental health, you risk losing control over your life. Setting boundaries around your self-care routines, such as dedicating time for exercise, rest, or hobbies, sends a clear message. Your well-being is non-negotiable. Men respect those who take care of themselves because it reflects discipline and self-respect. Protecting your health is a boundary that benefits both you and those around you. Setting boundaries in conversations is another way to command respect. If someone consistently interrupts you or dismisses your opinions, it's essential to address it. Politely but firmly say, "I'd like to finish my point," or "I feel unheard when I'm interrupted." These statements may feel uncomfortable at first, but they establish your right to be treated with respect. Men respect individuals who stand up for their voice and ensure they are heard. Conversations are a two-way street, and your voice deserves to be part of the dialogue. In professional settings, boundaries around workload and responsibilities are crucial. If you consistently take on more than your fair share, you risk burnout and resentment. Politely declining additional tasks when your plate is full or delegating responsibilities shows that you value your time and energy. Men respect those who are assertive in professional environments because it demonstrates competence and self-awareness. By setting boundaries at work, you create a healthy balance that allows you to excel without compromising your well-being. One of my favorite ways of doing this, boundaries are essential for preserving your time, one of the most valuable resources you possess. Time-wasting activities or people who do not respect your schedule can derail your productivity and goals. Politely but firmly decline invitations or engagements that do not align with your priorities. Say, "I have other commitments," or "I need to focus on this right now." Men respect those who value their time and ensure it is used wisely. Protecting your time shows that you are disciplined and intentional about how you live your life. The respect often comes from the ability to maintain consistency in enforcing your boundaries. When you let exceptions slide repeatedly, others begin to take your limits lightly. For instance, if you tell someone you can't be available during specific hours, but they continue to call or text, ignoring this behavior reinforces their actions. Men respect individuals who stand firm in their boundaries because it demonstrates unwavering confidence. Consistency is the backbone of earning respect and maintaining healthy relationships. Your boundaries should reflect the standards you set for yourself as well. If you don't hold yourself accountable to the same expectations, others won't take you seriously. For example, if you ask others to respect your punctuality, but you frequently arrive late, your credibility diminishes. Men respect individuals who live by the standards they expect from others. Holding yourself accountable strengthens your integrity and reinforces the importance of boundaries in every aspect of life. Boundaries are also critical when it comes to financial matters. Whether it's lending money, discussing personal finances, or sharing expenses, clear boundaries prevent misunderstandings and conflicts. For example, if someone asks for financial help beyond your comfort level, it's okay to say, "I'm not in a position to lend right now." Men respect individuals who are transparent and confident about their financial boundaries because it respects responsibility and foresight. Protecting your financial stability is a key aspect of self-respect. Establishing boundaries around the way others speak to you is crucial. Disrespectful language or behavior should never be tolerated. If someone uses offensive language or insults you, calmly state, "I don't appreciate being spoken to that way." Men respect those who stand up for themselves in a composed and assertive manner. Enforcing this boundary shows that you have a strong sense of self-worth and won't tolerate being demeaned. Respect begins with the way others address you. Respect grows when you maintain boundaries about your decisions. Everyone has opinions, but not all advice aligns with your goals or values. If someone tries to pressure you into making a choice you're uncomfortable with, it's essential to reaffirm your stance. Saying, "I appreciate your input, but I've made my decision," sends a clear message. Men respect those who trust their judgment and don't let external pressures dictate their choices. Your decisions are your own, and standing by them builds respect. Boundaries around your emotional availability are vital for maintaining mental health. If someone constantly seeks emotional support without reciprocating or respecting your needs, it's necessary to address it. Politely explain, "I care about you, but I need time for myself right now." Men respect those who prioritize their emotional well-being because it demonstrates emotional intelligence. Protecting your mental health ensures you can show up as your best self in all areas of life. In romantic relationships, boundaries are essential for mutual respect and understanding. If a partner dismisses your feelings or oversteps your limits, it's crucial to communicate openly. For instance, saying, "I need you to understand why this is important to me," fosters a dialogue that reinforces respect. Men respect individuals who are clear about their needs and refuse to compromise their values. Men consistently respond better to respond in kind to ensure that the majority of communication is meant for pleasure and enjoyment. Healthy relationships thrive on boundaries that create a foundation of trust and mutual care. Boundaries around your personal growth are another area where respect is earned. If someone tries to undermine your efforts to improve yourself, whether through learning, fitness, or any other pursuit, it's essential to distance yourself. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your progress rather than diminish it. Men respect those who are committed to self-improvement and refuse to let negativity hinder their growth. Your journey of personal development is a boundary worth fiercely protecting. Physical boundaries are another important aspect of commanding respect. Whether it's about personal space or physical touch, making your comfort level known is crucial. If someone crosses a physical boundary, calmly state, "I'm not comfortable with this." Men respect individuals who are assertive about their physical boundaries because it shows confidence and self-respect. Protecting your physical space reinforces your autonomy and ensures others treat you with care and consideration. Respect also comes from maintaining boundaries in communication frequency. If someone constantly bombards you with calls or messages despite knowing you are busy, it's okay to set limits. Politely say, "I'm unable to respond immediately, but I'll get back to you when I can. Men respect those who balance their availability with their priorities. Establishing boundaries around communication ensures that others respect your time and commitments. Your boundaries should extend to your expectations in collaborative efforts. Whether it's in work or personal projects, clearly defining roles and responsibilities prevents misunderstandings. If someone isn't meeting their commitments, address it by saying, "We agreed on this and I need you to follow through." Men respect individuals who hold others accountable while maintaining professionalism. Clear boundaries and collaboration foster mutual respect and productive relationships. Setting boundaries around your reputation is essential for earning respect. If someone spreads misinformation or speaks negatively about you, it's important to address it directly. Calmly confront the issue by saying, "I've noticed this, and I'd like to clarify the situation." Men respect those who protect their reputation without resorting to hostility. Upholding your integrity through clear communication reinforces your credibility and commands respect. Boundaries are a reflection of your priorities and values. If someone continually asks you to compromise on what matters most to you, it's essential to assert yourself. For instance, if family time or a personal project is a priority, say, "This is important to me and I need to focus on it." Men respect those who stay true to their values and make no apologies for prioritizing what matters. Clear priorities make your boundaries unshakable. Ultimately, boundaries are about creating a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. By enforcing limits in every area of your life, relationships, work, time, and personal growth, you cultivate an environment of mutual respect. Men respect those who live authentically, guided by their principles and boundaries. Your boundaries are the framework of your life, and protecting them ensures that you are respected by those around you. Boundaries in the digital world are just as crucial as in real life. Social media and technology can blur the lines between personal and public life, often inviting unwelcome intrusion. If someone crosses the line online, whether through unwanted messages or inappropriate comments, it's your right to address it. Use features like blocking, muting, or reporting to protect your digital space. This model of responsibility, men respect those who are clear about their online boundaries because it shows that you value your privacy and won't allow anyone to disrespect it. Your boundary should also extend to how others involve you in gossip or negativity. When someone tries to drag you into a conversation about others that feels toxic or unnecessary, it's okay to step away. Politely say, "I'd rather not discuss this." Men respect individuals who refuse to participate in gossip because it shows integrity and focus. Engaging in negativity reflects poorly, but avoiding it strengthens your reputation and respectability. Boundaries are necessary when it comes to physical possessions too. If someone repeatedly borrows or misuses your belongings without care, it's crucial to address it. Politely, but firmly state, "I need my things treated with respect, or I can't lend them out anymore." Men respect those who value their property and are not afraid to enforce boundaries around it. Respect begins with how you allow others to treat what belongs to you. Look, another vital boundary is maintaining clarity in your relationships. Mixed signals or undefined expectations can lead to confusion and hurt. Whether it's a friendship, romantic partnership, or professional connection, clearly state your intentions and expectations. For example, saying, "I value our friendship, but I'm not looking for more," prevents misunderstandings. Men respect individuals who are upfront and clear because it eliminates unnecessary drama and fosters trust. Boundaries are a form of self-care, ensuring that you are not constantly overwhelmed or drained by others' demands. When someone tries to overstep, respond with kindness but firmness. For instance, if a friend demands too much of your time, say, "I need some time to recharge, but I'll connect with you soon." Men respect those who prioritize their well-being and don't sacrifice their mental health for others. Protecting yourself is not selfish. It's essential for a balanced life. He said, in professional environments, boundaries are critical for earning respect. Whether it's about workload, communication styles, or personal space, being clear about your limits shows professionalism. If someone tries to push tasks onto you that aren't your responsibility, politely say, "I'm unable to take this on right now." Men respect colleagues and leaders who are assertive without being confrontational. Professional boundaries create an atmosphere of mutual respect and efficiency. Setting boundaries also involves respecting others' limits. By honoring the boundaries of those around you, you set an example and foster a culture of respect. If someone tells you they're unavailable or unable to help, accept it without pressing further. Men respect those who practice what they preach and recognize that boundaries are a two-way street. Demonstrating respect for others' boundaries strengthens relationships and earns reciprocal respect. Boundaries help you cultivate meaningful connections by filtering out relationships that lack mutual respect. When someone consistently disrespects your limits, it's often a sign that they do not value you. By walking away from such relationships, you send a powerful message. Your self-worth is not negotiable. Men respect individuals who know when to let go and prioritize connections that align with their values and principles. Boundaries teach others how to treat you. If you allow disrespect or overstepping, you indirectly signal that it's acceptable. Enforcing boundaries consistently trains people to respect your limits and take you seriously. For instance, if you don't answer work calls during your personal time, people will learn to respect your availability. Men respect those who command respect through their actions and consistency. Your boundaries are a form of communication that shows others what you will and won't tolerate. Clear and respectful communication about your limits leaves no room for misunderstanding. When someone approaches you with respect, it's often because they've learned where your boundaries lie. Men respect individuals who are articulate and confident in expressing their needs and expectations. Your boundaries are a language of self-respect. Setting boundaries around criticism is another way to command respect. Constructive feedback is valuable, but unwarranted negativity or harsh judgment is not. If someone crosses the line, address it calmly by saying, "I value feedback, but I prefer it to be constructive."